Hello students, welcome to our class of fractions today. What is a fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole, and this whole can be a single object or a collection of objects. It can be one object, that is can be one biscuit, one chapati, or it can be a collection of objects. Now suppose I have a collection of 6 apples here and I have to divide them into 2 equal halves. So how I will do? I will put one apple here and one apple here. Again I'll put one apple here and one apple here. And again one apple here and one apple here. So I have distributed these apples into 2 equal halves, and each part represent one half and the other is the other half. So this is the distribution of a collection of objects into 2 equal halves. Now since this was a collection of 6 apples, so I have 3 apples in each half. 3 apples in this half and 3 apples in the other half. So when we are distributing 6 objects into 2 equal halves, 3 will come in one group and the other 3 will come in the other group. If I have to distribute the collection of 10 objects here into 2 equal halves, how am I going to divide? I'll place one here, one here. I have 2. Still 6 are remaining here. Again 1 and 1 here. Now 3 each I have placed and 4 are still remaining. Again I am going to place these and 2 are remaining. The last 2 I am going to place them here. Distributed these 10 objects into 2 equal halves, and each half contains 5 packets of biscuits here and 5 packets of biscuits are here. So the distribution is equal because each half contains 5 packets of biscuits. So when I divide 10 objects into 2 equal halves, I have 5 packets in each half. Now if I have to divide this line, which is AB, into 2 equal parts, in the center of this line I am going to make a point that I have made here P. So AB is one half of this line and PB is the other half of this line. So 2 halves they join to make a whole. Similarly, this circle, if I divide into 2 equal parts, this will represent one half and this is going to represent the other half. So these 2 halves, when they are joined, they make one whole. But these two divisions should be equal. Now if I divide this into 2 equal parts, this is half part and this is half of it. So these two divisions are equal. But this is what? This is one whole. That is 2 equal parts joined to make a whole. But if I divide it like this, the division here is unequal. So this is equal division. This is a whole, that is 2 halves, they join to make a whole, and this division is unequal. So you can see that if we divide it equally, it is into one half like this, and these 2 halves make a whole. And if I draw a line here, these 2 parts are unequal here, so the division is not proper. Now if I divide this into 2 equal parts, each part represents one half. This I have already told you. If I divide this into 3 equal parts, one, 2 and 3. So each part represents 1/3. And if I divide this into 4 equal parts, each part represents 1/4. Now, how do we write these fractions? This is divided into 2 equal parts. So, we are writing 1/2, 1/2. Here, we have divided this into 3 equal parts and we are writing 1/3 in each. Here, we have divided it into 4 equal parts and we are writing 1/4 in each part. But how do we write these fractions? Fractions are this is equal to number of parts chosen upon total number of parts. Now here we have divided this into 2 equal parts. So the total number of parts is 2 here. So we'll draw a line and we'll write total number of parts here. Now number of parts are 2 here. So one part we'll write, we have chosen 1. So we'll write 1 here. And this is 1/2 of it. So 1/2 is also known as 1/2. Now, if we divide this into 3 equal parts, we'll draw a line and write total number of parts, that is 3 here, and we have chosen one part, so we will write 1 here. And this is also read as 1/3. Next, we have divided this into 4 equal parts and we have total number of parts is 4 and we have chosen one part, so we will write 1 here. And this is also known as 1/4. So 1/4 is read as quarter or 1/4. So half, 1/2 is half. 1/3 is 1/3 and 1/4 is quarter. Here the total number of parts is 2 and if we choose one part we will write 1 here. Here total number of parts is 3. We have written 3 here below the line and one part represents here. So 1/3. Here the total number of parts we have divided is 4 equal parts and one part is here. So we have chosen one part and written 1 here. 1/4, 1/3 and 1/2. But the divisions should be equal. Now in a fraction, we know that we have a line here and one number is written above the line and the other number is written below the line. The number above the line is known as the numerator and the number below the line is known as the denominator. So in the fraction, you can see a line. Above the line there is one number and there is one number below the line. The number above the line is the numerator and the number below the line is known as the denominator. If numerator and denominator is given to you, how are you going to write the fraction? Suppose your numerator is 7 and your denominator is 10. and you have to write the fraction. You will write this as 7 on top of the line and 10 below the line. Here you will place the numerator on top of the line and denominator you are going to place below the line. Now if you have to write the fraction in words, how are you going to write? Suppose you have to write 2 upon 3 in words. So first you will write 2. Put a dash here and then you have to write about the denominator. So this we are going to write 2 thirds. Third, like here we'll write 2 third. That is 2 parts out of these 3 parts. Then you have to write 4 upon 7 in words. How will you write? First you will write 4 and then put a dash and write sevenths. SEVENTHS. 1 4 sevenths. Then you have to write 1 upon 8 in words. So how will you write? You will write this as 1, put a dash and write 8. EIGHTH. 1 8. So 2 upon 3 can be written as 2 third. 4 upon 7 can be written as 4 sevenths. 1 upon 8 can be written as 1 eighth. This is how we write the fraction in words. Now here you have to shade the figures according to the fractions which are given below each figure. You can see that this figure is divided into 2 parts. So in the denominator we have written 2. And how many parts you have to shade? That means the parts chosen is 1. So you have to shade 1 part out of these 2 parts. So we will shade here. You can also color it. You will enjoy this. Why? Because you have to color over here. So this we have chosen 1 part. We have shaded 1 part out of these 2 parts. So our fraction is 1 upon 2 here. Now here the figure is divided into 3 equal parts and you have to shade how many parts? You have to shade 1 part over here. So this makes 1 third or 1 upon 3. So total number of parts are given below the line and the number of parts which you have chosen or which you have to shade is given above the line. So you have to shade 1 part out of these 3 parts over here. Here the figure is divided into 4 equal parts and you have to shade how many parts? 1 part out of these 4 equal parts. So our fraction will be 1 upon 4 and it is also known as quarter. So this figure is divided into 4 parts and you have to shade only 1 part of this. So here you have shaded 1 part out of these 2 equal parts. Here you have shaded 1 part out of these 3 equal parts and here you have shaded 1 part out of these 4 equal parts. So the fraction here is 1 upon 2, here it is 1 upon 3 and here it is 1 upon 4. So you have seen that the total number of parts is given below the line and the part which you have to shade, the number of parts which you have to shade is given above the line here. Here the figure is divided into 6 equal parts and how many parts you have to shade? 4 parts out of these 6 parts. So 1 part here, 2, 3 and 4. So you have shaded 1, 2, 3 and 4 parts and how many are remaining? 2 are remaining. So the fraction here is 4 upon 6. This is the total number of parts. 6 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and the parts you have shaded is 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the fraction is 4 upon 6. Here the figure is divided into 4 equal parts and you have to shade 3 parts out of these 4 parts. So we will shade 3 parts. 1, 2 and 3. We have shaded 3 parts out of these 4 parts. So fraction is 3 upon 4. Here the figure is divided into 8 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And how many parts we have to shade? 5. We have to shade 5 parts out of these 8 equal parts. So we will shade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to shade 5 parts. And how many are remaining? 3 are remaining. So the number of parts you have to shade is 5 here out of these 8 equal parts. So what you have noticed here, that you have to shade the number of parts which are given above the line here. And the total number of parts in which the figure is divided into is given below the line. Here it is divided into 2 parts. Here it is divided into 3 equal parts. Here this figure is divided into 4 equal parts. Here the figure is divided into 6 equal parts. Here the figure is divided into 4 equal parts. And here the figure is divided into 8 equal parts. So the number below the line shows the number of parts the figure is divided into, and the number above the line tells you how many parts you have chosen or how many parts you have to shade. You enjoyed the class of fractions today? I have an interesting practice work for you now.